Hi everyone, welcome back, and in this video I'll be giving you some information on the IN statement in SQL. So this is a series of SQL fundamentals and I've taken a couple of videos on fundamental SQL statements. So if you want to take a look at them, you can click on the links that I've given in the description box and access those videos. So without any further delay, let's get into what is the IN statement. So the IN statement is used to check if single or multiple values are present in a list of values. Just simple as that. You have a list of values and you want to check whether a particular value exists in that list. You can always go for it. Instead of typing those large conditions like if the name is equal to A, or if the name is equal to B, or if the name is equal to C, then check out if that name is over there. So instead of writing those extensive conditions, the IN statement in SQL is very easy to use for this particular use case. So the syntax is value, which is the column name or whatever value in, and you need to specify what type of value you're looking for in that column. Okay, so option 1, option 2, option 3 are the values that you want to search or look up in that particular value column. So let's take a look with an example. So let's say I have this table sales and I have two columns, sales and country. And I have a list of the sales as well as the country. Now I just want to view records that have countries, France and Spain. I just want to view the sales for these two countries. So at that time I use the IN statement along combining it with the WHERE statement. So I give select country from sales, where country is the column in the sales table, where country in France and Spain. So since this is a string, I need to provide them in quotes. So SQL always checks for these values in this column. Okay. So France and Spain gets checked in the country column. Okay. And if it exists, then it's going to show up as a result. So in this case, the output of this query is France and Spain, since I want to look up for France and Spain. So the records for France and Spain gets displayed. Another example is if you don't want multiple values, you can, so in the previous example, it's just two options that I've provided, but if you want, you can provide one or as many as you want, depending on your use case. And the second example is, let's say you want the negate of it, you want the inverse of it. So except France, you want all the other records of all other countries. So in that case, you use this operator, the logical operator not. And when you say not in and the value, it means that this value does not occur in this list. So apart from that records, fetch me all the other records. So that's what happens. So in this case, we don't want records that are relevant to France. So in this case, except France, I'm going to get all the other country records. So that's it for this IN statement. So let's get to see this with a simple example. So this is my PG admin portal, and over here, let's say I have the language table, and within language, I have the name of the language. So let's get to see what are the types of languages that exist in that column. So select star from, and I want the name of this particular, I want all the records, so I've provided star, and then from the table is language. Okay, so now let me run this query, and then these are all the languages. So it's English, Italian, Japanese, Mandarin, French, German. So now let's say I want only the records that match with English and French. So in this case, I provide the WHERE statement, where name in, and what is the language name that I'm looking for. So since these are characters, I need to provide them in quotes. So the first one that I want is English, and the second one, so I need to provide it with a comma separator. The second one that I need to check for, or I want to check for, is French. So I provide that, and now I need to get the records. So when I run my query, I get all the records that match with English and French in my list. Let's say I don't want English and French. Except English and French, I want all the others. So now here I provide not in, And if I run my query, I get all the languages except English and French. So one thing to keep in mind, if you're dealing with numeric values, you have to remove these quotes, and if you're dealing with strings, have the quotes. But otherwise, it's just as simple as this. So I hope that you got a good understanding of what is the in statement in SQL. So next time, if you have to use this, I bet you would be good to go with it. So if you like this video, please do give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel, and also do share your feedbacks. Thank you.